Hi everyone, it's Cara. I'm coming here for our recipe for Monday, but you should know that we're focusing more on low oxalates in our diet than just simply vegan now. So there'll be some meat. And this particular one is Instapot chicken and rice. So it's gonna have some chicken in it. I know some of you out there will be thrilled. If you don't want meat, it says to just leave it out and add more veggies. But we are going to do some meat because they're chicken because it's low in oxalates, which, are not good if you don't want a kidney stone or breast cancer, apparently. So, first off, we are taking 1 large onion that I have chopped up and 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. Wow. And 2 tablespoons of olive oil and sauteing for a couple minutes on the saute function of the Instapot. That was the first stage in our chicken and rice recipe. I'll come back when I do the second stage. For the second stage, we hit cancel on our saute function and we put in 2 teaspoons each. Ooh, foggy. Of thyme, oregano, and cumin. And then since you turn it off, you just stir it up together and it becomes fragrant. And it cooks it in with the onions and garlic a little bit. So we've got 2 teaspoons each of thyme, oregano, and cumin. Stir it up. Okay, so I have had to put the next set of ingredients in here without stirring, and I had to layer them in a certain order. So the first thing was chicken breasts, and I did frozen ones. It says you can do frozen, and the cooking time does not change. It just may take a little longer for the pressure cooker to reach pressure. So I have frozen chicken breasts. It calls for 2 pounds of chicken. If you're not using frozen, then you chop them up into 1-inch squares. If you are using frozen, you can shred them at the end of the cooking process. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, so we got our frozen chicken breasts in there, 2 pounds worth. Then on top of that, we have our carrots, which I used organic baby carrots that have already been washed and peeled from Kroger's. So those are in there. They're supposed to be shredded, but I chopped them. And then calls for 3 cups of brown or white long grain rice. I used brown because I'm allergic to white. So 3 cups of that, and then 3 3 3/4 cups of water. I used vegetable broth instead because I wanted to have more flavor. So 3 3/4 cup of liquid. So I used broth. Then you put in the salt, which is 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt. Then you put in pepper, and it just says to taste, so I just shook some in there. If it needs some at the end, then I'll figure that out. And then 3 bay leaves. So that is all in here on top, and you are not supposed to stir it, and you must put it in there in this order. I'm going to link the recipe. It's from irealfood.com. I'm going to link the recipe below in the description box so you can follow it exactly. But do not stir. So it's in there. We're going to put it on sealing. Since I'm using brown rice, it's 22 minutes on high pressure. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll show you what it looks like at the end of that. Okay, after 22 minutes for the brown rice, our chicken and rice, make sure the rice is cooked. Now you add it says 3 tablespoons fresh of either dill or parsley. I'm using dill, but it's dried, so the ratio is 3 to 1. So I'm using 1 tablespoon of dried dill. Ooh, we're fogging up again, but check this out. The chicken, I was supposed to shred it, because I put it in there frozen. I just started stirring it, and it started breaking apart, so I don't have to do anything. I thought I was going to have to shred it with some forks, but here, hopefully. Trying to get it to where you can see where it's not so foggy. But I'm just breaking it up with my spoon here. It is that tender. I do not have to do anything. And of course, you want to take out the bay leaves. But if you want to use any frozen vegetables to add to this, she said now's the time. So once you take it out, you got your chicken the way you want it. You've taken out your bay leaves. Then you take your frozen veggies, stir them in, and let them heat up. in this hot mixture on the keep warm setting. So I'm going to finish breaking up my chicken with my spoon here. Thankfully, I don't have to shred it. This is real easy. And then I'm going to put in some frozen broccoli and some frozen corn. And then I'll show you what it looks like after that, but this is easy. Easy peasy, and it was frozen when I put it in there. Yay! Okay, here's the finished product with the frozen stuff now thawed and mixed in. That's it. It is really good. I like the flavors. I didn't have to add anything or change anything. So the recipe that I'm going to link below should be good to go.